Good morning. It's my time. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hey, I can see it. I can feel it. Hello, good morning. It's been a long time I haven't done a live. How to do it. Nothing hold me down. I could do it. Okay, guys, here we go. Enough with the music. All right, guys. Hello. Happy Friday. I have not done a live in like a long time. But this morning I felt compelled. I felt called to do this live. And I was like, you know what? I was going to talk about it in my stories. That is going to be way too long. I'm not going to do a long live, but because I'm here at the club, but I just wanted to come on here and first of all say hello, and second of all just share with you guys something that has really been on my mind lately. So before I say anything, number one, this is not an intention to point the finger at anyone. If the shoe fits, let it fit. Okay, put it on. And if it doesn't, just listen because it might give you some awareness about other people. But more importantly, it might bring you an awareness of how or maybe why when things don't go your way and you're not feeling 100% yourself and you're completely off track and you're in a funk or whatever, how do you get yourself out of that, right? How do you get yourself back to being you? How do you get yourself back to being yourself? And that's what this live is about. So if you feel that this is an amazing message that somebody wants to hear, make sure you share it. Make sure you post it in your story, because sometimes the most rewarding thing is paying it forward, okay? So let me give you a little bit of backstory just really quick about how this thought came to my mind, how this aha moment came to my mind. And that is because this week, it's been an interesting week, okay? It started off kind of interesting, and then it got more interesting, and then it got more interesting. And it seems as if it wasn't just for me. I had a big aha moment on Wednesday about myself, and I'll maybe do a live about that later, okay? But I had this big aha moment, and I really got like, it came to my attention. I'm like, you know, so because other people were messaging me, and I was like, they were telling me their situations, and they're also going through some stuff. And then it hit me. Oh, so one of my friends, which I'm going to put her on blast, I don't care because she doesn't care, was Raquel, right? Figueroa. And Raquel said to me something, and immediately I was like, girl, you got to talk to my coach, right? And because I have a good relationship with her, I kind of didn't really give her a choice. I was like, look, I'm going to call my coach. I'm going to text you and her. Get in touch with her, talk to my coach. Let's get you back on track, right? Because we all have those moments. And she didn't say yes or no. I just did it. And she ended up talking to my coach and ended up like, you know, having a lot of aha moments, right? When that happened, I thought to myself, why doesn't everybody do that? Why don't people, again, this is not to point the finger to anybody, okay? But I started to wonder, why don't people tap into their resources? Why don't people, if you can tell, I'm really freaking passionate about this because I don't like to see people suffer, especially not me, okay? But we all do, okay? We all go through some points in our life where we are not completely ourselves and we're going through the funk or whatever. And every time, okay, let me tell you something about me, okay? Every time I'm in a funk, every time I get bad thoughts in my head, every time I want to do dumb things, okay? Anytime I am off my tracks, I reach out. I got plenty of coaches, okay? I reach out to whatever coach I feel is going to be appropriate for me at that time. Normally it's Olga, okay? But I've got other people that I reach out to because sometimes I feel like Olga doesn't tell me everything. So I'm like, I know who will, okay? I know she does, okay? But it's in my head. Anyway, so anytime, like I'm like that, I'll sit with it. I'm not going to say that happens and immediately, but like after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm done feeling like this. Who can I reach out to? Who can help me, give me some awareness? Who can help me get me back on track? And this is just me, okay? No judgment. But I don't understand why other people are not willing to do that. Then this came to my awareness. Somebody walked into the club and they said something. And then my sister-in-law said something. And then the other person said to her, oh, it's because she's very skeptical about somebody else. And I'm thinking like, skeptical? You know, one of the reasons why I feel I have been so blessed in my life, one of the reasons why I feel, I love all the hearts, you guys, thank you. I feel that it takes courage. Of course, Carmen would say that. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Okay, well, see, I'm having an aha moment because I'm like, why wouldn't people reach out? Why wouldn't people? It takes courage of what, Carmen? I bet enlighten me here, okay? Maybe you should come on the live with me. Like, it takes courage to see yourself, maybe? It takes courage. Now you got me thinking, Carmen. So anyway, so let me see what Carmen says, okay? Because she's the wise one in this relationship sometimes. And my sister-in-law, the other lady said, to see their truth. See? Okay, there you go. Life over. Okay, it takes courage to see the truth, okay? I don't know, girl. Okay, I'll sit with that, but let me finish my thought. And then, now you got me thinking. So this lady, I'm gonna tell you what happened, okay? Her son has acid reflux, and although our products, Herbalife, don't cure anything, our aloe vera is amazing for that. So my sister-in-law was telling her, you should give your grandson aloe, you buy it for him. And then the lady said, oh, the mom is very skeptical. She doesn't believe it works. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, lady, like to the mom, not the grandma, the mom, why don't you just try? Like, just try. And if you try and it doesn't work, then you can say, well, the Herbalife's aloe vera didn't work for my son. But you don't know unless you try. And I was telling my sister-in-law, I'm like, I don't understand. Okay, Carmen, I guess now I do. But in the moment yesterday, I'm like, I don't understand why people are not willing to just give things a try. Why people are not willing to, like, I was telling my husband last night, if somebody told me, if I was in a funk, okay, and someone told me, we were on the freeway, get off in this exit, make a right, and right there's, I don't know, XYZ, okay? I would get off the freaking exit, go look, and then if I think like, well, that wasn't what I thought, then I just get back on the freeway. Like, in my head, nothing has to be permanent. Check it out. When someone goes, let's go do this class, okay? I'm really picky when it comes to group workouts. But I'll try. If I don't like it, I'll walk out or I'll never go back. But some people are not even willing. They're not even willing to try. And I'm like, why? And this is why I think in wanting to take ownership and full responsibility. Sí, Carmen, es que tú eres tan inteligente. My friend Carmen's so wise. So I'll read to you guys, for those of you guys who are watching the recording, what she's writing, okay? I'm just going to finish this thought. And that is that here's what I'm going to invite every single one of you guys to consider, especially as we're walking into the end of the year. Give things a chance. I just got an aha moment. Give things a chance. Be willing to open your hands and receive. If someone says, check this out, just check it out. You don't have to anything. If you don't like it, don't do it again. If it doesn't work for you, if it's not for you, now you know. But I want you to think about how many times or how many opportunities have you robbed yourself from just because you were not willing to be a yes. You were not willing to go check it out. Okay? And I guess now that I'm thinking about it based on what Carmen is writing, it's like, yeah, maybe people have fear around it, right? They have fear of what if, and they don't want to be oh, that's probably what it is, huh? See, you guys are helping me come with these aha moments. I can probably feel and hear some of you guys. I'm a little psychic sometimes. And that is, maybe some people have fear of making that. Miss Campos, I was reading your mind. yes, people, let me tell you what I was thinking. I'm going to read what she's reading. But maybe people have fear of like being disappointed and like, what if it doesn't work? And then all the childhood things come up, right? So let me tell you what Carmen said, okay? For those of you guys who are watching this on replay. So Carmen Mireles is like the wise one in our relationship sometimes. Okay, here we go. She says, why don't they do it? Because it takes courage. And I asked her, it takes courage of what? And she said, and wanting to take ownership and full responsibility. So she has me thinking about that. But I do feel that that's probably what it is. You know, Olga tells me a lot of times it is of a very brave person to walk through the journey of self-awareness. Because as you start to discover, I'll speak for myself. As I've discovered things about me, I have learned things about me that I'm not so proud of, that I'm like, oop, gotta change that. And then I also discover a lot of things that I love, right? But it's so much easier sometimes to self-criticize. And as as I've gone through the journey of self-awareness and a lot of aha moments with my coaches, not all those aha moments have been pleasing. A lot of those aha moments have been like, oh, I need to change that. I need to change that. I need to change that. So for sure, Carmen, that's definitely one of them. And then I think the second thing is probably fear of being disappointed. So Ms. Campos said, the fear of making the wrong decision and not having the courage to own responsibility for the consequences. And then they're saying, yes, it's fear. It's so much easier to keep being a victim and deflect it to others. Snap! All right, guys, I just wanted to come on here just as a quick short live. And, and if you find that maybe this is good for somebody, here's my final message. Well, first of all, share it. But here's my final message, and that is be open-minded. Don't rob yourself of opportunities, and don't rob yourself of the possibility of bringing out the best version of you, all because your ego, your pride, or whatever is in the way of reaching out. So I'll tell you really briefly, on Wednesday, I had a session. Before that, I reached out to my friend Mel, and I was like, Mel, this is what I'm going through. And then she's like, talk to this person. So I wasn't like, oh, how is she going to help me? Well, let me find out. And so she ended up giving me a contact to somebody. Immediately that moment, I called her. I love you too, girl. I called her and I was like, okay, when's your next session? I can do it tomorrow. I'm like, right now. But I didn't want to be too much, right? To be like, right now, because I just met her. She's like, I can do tomorrow at this time. She said 4:00. I was on the computer at 3. I'm like, oh, I'm here. And I was like, oh, snap. It was at 4. That's how eager I was to see what this person had to say and what this person could contribute to my life, right? And let's say, which by the way was amazing, but let's say it wasn't amazing, right? Then I just don't talk to her again. Then I just don't whatever, right? And I think so many people are not even willing to have a conversation because they're like, well, what if it's disappointed? What a waste of money. And here's what I'm going to end with. Anything that is for you is never a waste of money. Anything that's good for you, not drugs and cigarettes and all that kind of stuff, okay? But anything that is good for you, and even if you learn, I always think this, even if I learn one thing, it was worth the money, because there's no better investment than yourself. So as we're walking into the end of the year, you guys, November's right here already around the corner. Then we have November, December. How are you going to end your year? Are you going to end your year if you're in a funk? Call someone, listen to an audiobook, go to a seminar, do something, sweat, run. This morning, I was on the row machine crying. Why? Because I needed that. I was all emotional and I put some freaking Rocky on. I was like, right? Because that's what I needed, right? Don't let it be in. Let it out with the appropriate person, of course. And the appropriate person this morning was me. I listened to Rocky. If you go back to my stories, you can see the list. I go through my Rocky list and I was bawling, all lights off in my garage, and I was just rowing, emotional about a lot of things that I'm thinking and feeling lately, right? And I honored that, right? I wasn't going to call somebody at 5 a.m, so I put on some Rocky and I was with myself. So be open-minded. Be open-handed. Let things give to you. Let the universe give to you. Let other people contribute to you. Some people have an awareness and things that could support you, okay? And if you feel that maybe somebody needs to listen to this message, forward this to them, okay? And just be like, hey, I thought of you. Hope this can help. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. Even if they maybe think, oh, I like her lipstick. Then they got something out of it, right? Like, whatever, okay? All right, guys, so I just wanted to get on here and say hello. Happy end of October. And let's welcome in November with a bang. And if you're in any kind of funk, any kind of anything where you're not feeling 1000% yourself, start to think about who can you reach, what can you listen to, what can you read, what can you do to get you back on track. You don't have to stay there. You are not a tree, says Jim Rohn, right? You are not a tree. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on, and we will talk to you later.